In the United Kingdom, the situation is interesting. This used to be the mecca of homeopathy. We had the best homeopathic doctors right here. My father and several people from all over the world in the 50s came here to study homeopathy, and it was really very popular and of very high quality. But I think faced with very heavy media antagonism, things went down a little bit, but I think that revival has started again. And what needs to be done actually, which I feel is the main thing, is that we don't have to counter any of this at all. All we need to do is to have good homeopathic practitioners and produce results, number one. Secondly, if we can have an awareness kind of momentum over here, where simply somebody comes and just talks about the results he has seen and says, yes, this is the case, this is what happened, this is the case, this is what happened. I give you an example. I was in Thailand, and Thailand is very new to homeopathy. They don't know much about it. They have very few practitioners. I was invited by one of the top hospitals in Bangkok to give a talk to the doctors about homeopathy. And what I did, simply, there was no philosophy, no concept, no nothing. This is the patient, this is what happened after the treatment. Now doctors recognize that these things simply cannot happen through placebo. These are diseases that just don't go away. And when they saw case after case, not one but maybe 50, at the end of it, 2 of them want to join a homeopathic course. So that kind of awareness needs to come into England. That kind of training of good homeopaths needs to come into England, and the whole tide can change. In India, the situation of homeopathy is somewhat different from the rest of the world for a few reasons. Number one, it is completely a legal system of medicine. It has several colleges, I believe more than 100, that impart full-time 5.5 years training to a homeopath, who is trained in every field of medicine like anatomy, physiology, psychology, whatever it is. So he receives more or less the same training as a modern medical practitioner. In addition, he receives knowledge of homeopathy. So we have full state support, very good education, and the faith in the people is huge. Also the openness in modern medical doctors. In India, we don't have the belief, if I am right, you must be wrong, and if you are right, I must be wrong. You can be right, I can be right too. So there is a place for both the systems. In emergency care, even we would probably prefer modern medical treatment with its surgery or whatever there may be, if necessary. But most of the time we are able to handle it. So we need to think in the best interest of the patient. The number of practitioners in India is huge. I believe more than 500,000-600,000 practitioners, and they are in every village and every town, in every street corner, treating everyday illnesses. They treat infection, they treat pneumonias and typhoids and diarrheas and dysenteries, to cancers and whatever, tumors or asthma. So that kind of possibility is there in India, which is not there in other parts of the world.